So we hear so many times, at least I hear, that men are intimidated by a woman that makes more than them. Have you? Do you like that, or do you not like that? If a woman makes more than
I've
you,
dated one person who made significantly more than I did when I was younger, but this is when I was younger. She never made me feel any type of way.
mm-hmm.
It was just kind of awkward when it'd be like, damn, you taking me to a place clearly I can't afford. Right? All right. So clearly you're going to pull out the checkbook. We know that she knows that. Everyone knows that. But it feels weird because you're focused on everyone else looking at you almost, right? Like, damn.
Overall,
I'm the busting here. Yeah, it's more society.
It was a group dinner.
It was a group dinner. It's just like you get very self-conscious in person. Be like, damn, like maybe it could be my birthday. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe you can but I just think that like I think because you put so much worth into what you can provide for people, that as a man, when you can no longer provide or can't provide in the way that you want to, it really messes with your self-esteem and your ego. Right. And I just think that because it's been normalized, I'm not saying it's right, it's been normalized that, you know, men pay on the first date, men do this, men do that, blah, 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 whatever it may be, right? There's not that same sort of like, I guess, feeling. Although I do appreciate when I am sitting across from a woman, she's like, yo, like, I got you, babe. Like, this is on me. That's great.
Yeah.
Right. But I have a sister, and every time, and this is my only reference point, and I have a mother and I have a stepmom and I have women in my life and I have men.
Yeah.
When I'm introducing a woman to any of my men in my life, they never ask me, what does she do? They always ask, is she nice? They ask me like it's the fifth question.
Okay.
My sister, right? If she's introducing a guy, or like when they're amongst my girl cousin, they always ask, so what does he do? All right. What does he do?
Yeah.
Like in terms of like, what do you mean? What does he do? Are you asking from like, oh, and they're associating, oh, he's a doctor, he got bread, like or whatever it is, right? But so like, I'm only saying this to kind of emphasize the point in that money really does matter. Yeah. Right. Like you can't hide away from it, but I just hate that it's become such a normalized topic in conversation, because it's a very uncomfortable conversation to have eventually with somebody.
Yeah.
What if you like somebody 3 months in and you find out they don't do nothing? Then what?
I mean, they don't even get that far though.
Right.
But I mean, for me, I always ask, like when my boys, when they bring somebody new, I always ask them what they do, because the exterior, you can see, oh, okay, she's a baddie, she looks good and all that. Like, so I'm not even, you know, and I'm not going to comment on that. You know, your taste is your taste. I'm always asking, what does she do? Because then it's two-sided. It's, you know, depending on what career, what industry she's in, that could tell a lot. Whether, oh, she's a very creative person, she's a very thoughtful person. Whether if she's, you know, if she's in the arts and all this, oh, she's creative, she's grounded. That's an assumption I'll make. Or if she's a nurse or something, or a teacher, or, you know, deals with kids, it's like, okay, she has that motherly figure or something like that. And the bonus, if she's a lawyer or a doctor, like, oh, she got that. She look good, and she got that bread.
Let me tell you something. As a lawyer who's in corporate America, who's in big corporate law firms, any baddie who's a lawyer, she's already snatched up since law school. She ain't making it to her career. They're already all snatched up, bro. They're gone. They're done.
Guys know the investors. They're like, oh yeah, we're lock it down real early.
Got some brains? Nah, they ain't like 10-year relationships, and they're off the market. Then you're dealing with scraps, and you don't want that.
Yeah.
But going back to what you asked me in terms of like a woman making more than me, that in today wouldn't bother me, because I would see it as an opportunity. Well, if she likes me, knowing everything's on the table, this is someone I can learn from.
Yeah.
How can I get there? Right? How can I get to what you got? Right? Like, okay, how can you inspire me? Because your network becomes your net worth after a while. You really don't really realize that until you're like later on in your life. And I wish that's something that I would have paid attention to when I was much younger. When you're around very successful people in whatever aspect you're looking for, something, monetary success, career success, emotional success, you're going to tend to adopt the habits of those people.
Yep.
Right. So I would take it as an opportunity. Like, this is not going to make me feel a certain way. And if she's rocking with you already, what does it matter? What does it matter what anybody thinks? Who cares? Yeah, I'll be washing the dishes at home, babe. What do you need? You don't even rub your feet, like kiss your back. Like, what do you need? Right. But I think that, again, going back to the topic of this, the outdated perception is you're a man who makes less than a woman. You shouldn't be with her because you should feel bad about yourself. The new dated version of how I think about that situation is what I just said. How can I learn to be?
How can I learn? Yeah, exactly.
Right. So she's clearly with me for something else. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, it doesn't really bother me.